Marketer, which one of these is going to produce the highest conversion rate? Take a look, because there's something very important in this case study. In fact, there's a huge and vital difference. Can you tell what it is? Think again. Look harder. Let's study the actual headline from the control. Best tax relief company. Let's look at the first few words of the treatment. 1 free 15-minute phone call. Do you know yet? Can you see the difference? Well, if we drill down on the hypotheses that actually guided the test, you'll see that the treatment was focused on process level value prop. That's the phone call that moves you forward in the purchase process. The control was focused on the primary value prop of the company. But which one will produce the highest gain? If the experiment is designed right, a win in either direction is a win, because we're learning, and the learning should drive the lift. So which one won? Well, the treatment underperformed by 12.49%. But that was good, because that indicated that we needed to step up the primary value proposition and blend it into a higher ratio. Here, our ratio was about 30% primary value prop and 70% process. Now we adjust it. Which brings me to an important point. The second most important question you can ask about your funnel is this. Are you ready? Which value prop, type, and articulation is best? You've got to get the type right and its expression. But that's not the first most important question. It's the second. Here is the first. Whom exactly will I serve best with this funnel? These should all be in your journal. We'll come back to that. But here's the question we're addressing today. How do I discover the best value prop for my funnel? This is a build class. In this session, we're going to discover 3 keys. And here's the first one. Diagram your funnel in your journal. Yes, you should have a journal. Old school. Think of marketing as a soft-style martial art. The action of sales should be grounded in the reflection of marketing. You can become a marketing martial artist, armed and dangerous. This summer, I had 2 primary weapons, the katana, which is a longsword for fighting, and the wakizashi, or a 12-inch dagger for protection. You also have 2 primary weapons. You have your journal, and you should have your SuperFunnel workshop. This is the place where you actually build out your collateral. The journal is for deep thinking. The workshop is for embodied application. Now, if you have your journal ready, it should have a page with 3 mileposts in it, and we will use these mileposts to design our funnel. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Marketer, I always begin my funnel planning by developing this diagram. It has 3 essential mileposts, the see, the say, and the share. The see happens in the channel where you're reaching out to them with ads. The say happens on your website, typically. And the share happens in the CTA when they exchange some value from them for some value from you. Now, every funnel has these 3 primary aspects, and the rest can be expanded on, but only as necessary. We're looking for an essential activity. Here's the problem. Most of us create primitive funnels that emphasize just the company's value proposition, and they're not effective. They don't cash flow. They don't ROI. They don't have a low enough cost per acquisition. So what we're going to learn is that you start with the see, say, share, and then you only expand as you need to in order to get the result. And that happens as you follow 3 principles, and I'm going to share those principles with you right now. Here they are. Number 1, use the least number of steps. You're looking for elegance, the way Karl Popper describes it, or Thomas Kuhn. You're looking almost for the most coherent, most elegant solution. And so start with the least number of steps, and then use the smallest possible ask. That enables you to ask for something they can say yes to. And as you're building all this out, you invest the minimum amount of your energy, because this is just the beginning of a journey that you're taking with your customer to understand how to communicate with them in a way that resonates. And later, we translate these notes into your SuperFunnel workshop. You follow? Well, that brings me to the second point. Master the 4 types of value proposition: primary, product, prospect, and process. The primary is your brand's main answer to the all-important value prop challenge question. Product is a particular offering. Unless you are a one-product company, you'll have more than one of these. And they will be related to your primary, but not the same. They must harmonize. Prospect is your articulation of value to a particular customer type. Sometimes this articulation is identical to product-level value prop, but sometimes the prospect and product value props will be identical. But where there are variations, they'll be different. Finally, and one of the most overlooked, is process. This is the value prop for each of the micro asks that move people up your funnel. The classic example is a button. A button that simply says, click here, offers very little value, very little implied value for the click. But a button that says, get instant access now, well, it has a promise. There is more or less a proposition there. Click here and you'll get instant access now. This is a good example of process-level value prop. And you got to learn all four of these and harmonize them to produce the highest throughput. And we can help you do that in the SuperFunnel workshop as you learn along with us. In the meantime, to help you even further, I'm going to show you with examples on the page of the very same company we used in the opening case study. Now, they're using this synoptic layered approach, and I taught how to do that in BuildClass 2. They start by emphasizing some of the core value at the top, and then they expand on it beneath. So here's examples of primary value prop: the photo and the headline and the paragraph beneath, the why choose chart, the recent client results. Those are all talking about primary value. Now let's drill down into process level. Here's an example: the phone in the header, the call form, the chat CTA, the button at the bottom of the page. Are you learning? But what else can we learn? Well, let's just look at this so that we can take it further. Their split is about 30-70, 30 primary, 70 process in the opening landing page of the experiment we began with. But notice how they use the word from. It's an expert instance. From what? The #1 rated tax relief company. That would not work if it wasn't believable. But they make it believable by paying off the implied claim with all of these bullets. A+, Better Business Bureau rating. Better Business Bureau Torch Award for ethics. Google 5 stars, 211 ratings. Trustpilot 5 stars, 1,563 ratings. This is powerful, and you can learn from it. You can see more about this in Fast Class 18. But for now, let me take you to the third point. Select the type that best matches where the person is in their journey, in their buyer's journey. For many, your best choice is to start with a process level value prop, something akin to lead gen. Give them something highly valuable. Don't ask, what can I give them that will get them to give me their contact information? Ask, what do they need next in their journey, and how can I give this to them in a way that produces superior value? That question will drive the balance of what you have to do next. Don't make the mistake of just talking about your primary value prop. That's inappropriate in a funnel where you're dealing with a micro amount of time, and thus you're dealing often with a micro decision, and thus you need to promote a micro transaction. Now, if you're still not clear, let me give you 2 more ways to get help. Get a copy of this book. It'll help you. I'm just telling you because it breaks all of these down. Study in the book this page 42, the spectrum, where it breaks down all of these component types and helps you learn. You can also get on the wait list to join one of our research cohorts and build out a funnel in a live class with me. While you're doing all of that, I'm going to ask you some important questions, marketer, and these are the reason you should stay tuned in. Challenge yourself with these questions and answers. Have you really thought through the buyer's journey? Do you know the very best offer to put in front of your prospect? Have you set up your journal and your workshop? Are you really committed? Are you going to master your craft or just get by? Have you identified all the process level value prop within your funnel? Have you sketched your see, say, and share funnel diagram? Have you answered these 2 essential questions? Number 1, whom exactly will I serve best with this funnel? And number two, which value prop type and articulation is best? As you think about the answers to those questions, I want to thank you for investing your energy and your time and your trust. More to come.